Is it possible to get from 1 gold to 100 using only auction house? No clickbait, yes it is. How? Without further ado, I did it in less than 6 hours of playtime. I know that my playtime is more than 6 hours on screen, but you will see why is less than 6 hours actually later in the video. First thing I did was to make fresh WoW installation with only several add-ons, mostly related to auction house, and cleared all cache folders to have a clean TSM database. Next thing was to make a level 1 character with symbolic name and move to Stormwind. I sent myself 1 gold and 4 bags, which is arguably maybe a little cheat for me at this point, but while I was making this video, I didn't use those bags much in reality. So all this auction house flipping was possible with only your starting 16 slot bag, with maybe few minutes of extra playtime with you walking from mailbox to auction house multiple times. So what items did I resell? With only 1 gold in my bag, I did something else. I used one very useful functionality of TSM add-on, which is vendor search. This option scans for all items in auction house which vendor value is more than auction listed. Every server have players who don't pay attention on how much is vendor price of some item they wanna put on auction house. So that's why you can make some easy gold without much effort. Vendor search in TSM is located in tab shopping and other. But in most cases, when you tried to do this, you just got no results. To fix this, you can do two things. Do a fast scan, which is completed under a minute, or do a full scan of auction house. Fast scan only scans a portion of items on auction house, so that's why he is a lot faster, but on the other hand, full scan takes some serious time to finish. In Onyxia, which is TBC realm, scan is kinda 1 hour-ish. On icecrown, which is wotlk realm, this scan could last for 4 hours or even more. And believe it or not, from 1 gold I went to 8 plus gold without a single flipped item. 8 times my starting capital. This is so easy, right? It took me some time because I walked a lot, because with my low budget I could afford just a few items to sell to a vendor and repeat again until I cleared this list. So to maximize my profit, I did whole scan of auction house, which took me around 1 hour. And after that 1 hour, checked once again vendor search and some new items popped up, which I bought to reach my starting capital for auction house flipping, which was a bit more than 9 gold. Here you can see that for vendor search, whole scan of auction house and another vendor search, I played for almost 2 hours. 1 hour of this was for scanning whole auction house, so that's why I told at the beginning of the video that I did this in 1 less hour of playtime than it's actually calculated. And with 9 gold I could begin to flip some items. But each day, first thing when I logged on was to check vendor search and after that search for some items for flip. You can also make some gold for selling limited herbs or enchanting items from vendor, which will give you from 20 to around 50 silver per hour. I think that those items respawn each hour. Not much gold, but every gold counts. And now comes the interesting part. Instead of knowing market and prices of each items which I want to flip, TSM did that for me. For example, if you search for any item on auction house, TSM most right column is market value. In most cases this is empty column, But if you did whole scan of auction house like I did, then you have values in that column. And this column tells you if auction you wanna buy is cheap or expensive. And that's all you need. Basically, every single day I did scan vendor search, bought items under 85% of market value and sold them for 85% or more. In most cases, you will buy all auctions of one and turn them into stacks and make gold along the way. I have all recordings of every single item I bought, every sold auction, and every mail full with gold. But showing you each and every one is just boring, so instead I will just show you summary of all items I sold. And here I missed some records because my game crashed several times and that session of auctions wasn't in TSM database. Items which I flipped are all familiar with you for sure. Linen, wool, silk and magewave cloth, copper, iron and fell iron ore. 7 items. Only 7 items which I was buying and reselling to get from 1 gold to 100. Everything else you see on screen is actually because of vendoring. I even sold back Royal to vendor because it was bad decision to try to sell on auction house. TSM column market value for sure helped me a lot because I didn't need to know prices in my head. I just bought all under 85% if I could afford it with my limited budget and resell it for more than 85%. I'm sure that if I even went to 90-95%, I could sell maybe for more profit, but it would probably took me more time. By the way, in summary, prices are kinda bit messed up because in most cases you buy items one by one and turn them into stacks. So some items have less sold than bought values. Similar with prices. This video was actually made because you chose it a while ago. And before editing, I recorded more than 90% of my playtime. If you wanna see part 2 where I go from 100 to 1k gold, then leave a like or write in the comments below. Also consider subscribe so you don't miss any future gold making methods or giveaways on Warmane. See you again in some other in-game tips video.